Hey there, welcome back to 7-Minute Books. I'm Sam, and today Sophie and I are digging into Roger Scruton's How to Be a Conservative. So Sophie, I have to ask, when you hear the word conservative, what comes to mind first?
Honestly, probably a grumpy old person yelling about the good old days. But Scruton totally flips that. He says conservatism is about love for the real, the concrete, the familiar, not about stopping change.
Right? And he spends the whole book dismantling that caricature. He says the conservative isn't a reactionary. He's a custodian, someone who sees society as a living organism, not a machine you can just redesign from scratch.
Exactly. And he roots it in thinkers like Edmund Burke and Michael Oakeshott. The big idea is prescription, the notion that if something has worked for generations, it carries a wisdom no single person can replicate.
I love that. It's not about blind tradition. It's about recognizing that institutions have been tested by time. Like common law, it evolved case by case instead of being imposed from above by some committee.
Yeah, he contrasts common law with the rationalist civil law tradition. The conservative prefers the slow, organic growth over sweeping legislative reforms. Change should be like pruning a tree, not raising a building.
That's a great image. And he's equally critical of socialism and modern liberalism. He says both, in their own ways, undermine the traditional social order. Socialism replaces voluntary associations with the state.
And liberalism, he argues, is often a radical in disguise. It wants to dismantle inherited customs in the name of individual freedom. He calls that oikophobia, a fear of the home, a hatred of one's own culture.
Oikophobia, that's a word I didn't know I needed. It's the idea that intellectuals are constantly criticizing the very civilization that sustains them. They have a vested interest in expanding state power.
Right. He distinguishes between scholars who respect their discipline and intellectuals who pronounce on everything to advance a political agenda. The conservative has to be a defender of the real against abstract theories.
And he's surprisingly passionate about the environment. But his environmentalism is different. It's about loving your own particular landscape, not abstract planet stuff. Stewardship of your home.
That's the thread through the whole book, belonging. He says the deepest human need is membership in a concrete community. We're born into families, neighborhoods, nations. Conservatism protects those small platoons.
I actually pushed back on this when I first read it. I thought, isn't this just nostalgia? But he's clear, it's not about stopping change. It's about adapting carefully with respect for what's there.
Yeah, he says change should be organic. And he defends private property as the cornerstone of freedom, not just an economic asset, but a sphere of independence. When property rights are secure, people invest in their communities.
And he talks about religion as a source of social cohesion. He's not saying you have to believe every doctrine, but that religious institutions provide a framework for meaning and moral education.
Without that, he says, society is left with a shallow utilitarian morality that's easily manipulated by political power. It's a loss of something sacred.
You know, the part that got me was his definition of a nation. He says it's not about race or ethnicity. It's a community of law bound by shared history and mutual obligation. That's a really humane vision.
It is. And he's skeptical of supranational organizations because they're unaccountable. Real democracy happens at the nation-state level, where people have actual loyalties and duties.
So in the end, what's the takeaway? For me, it's that conservatism is a philosophy of gratitude. It says yes to the world as it is, with all its imperfections, because it recognizes the immense value of what we've inherited.
And if you want to go deeper on that, the whole library's over on 7minutebooks.com/app with over 6,000 fiction and nonfiction titles you can read or listen to in any language. It starts at $2.99 a month, $9.99 a year, or $19.99 once for lifetime access.
It's a book about growing up, isn't it? Accepting limits, respecting the past, and taking responsibility for the future. Not a call to arms, but a call to reflection.
Exactly. To be a conservative, in Scruton's view, is to be a custodian, not of privilege, but of civilization itself. We'll see you in the next one.